In this episode, I'm going to show you how to increase your productivity using technology. Let's rise. Rising to be. Rising to be productive. Rising to be organized. Rising to be inspired. Who are you rising to be? New podcast every Tuesday, new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. Today's episode is about using technology to get more done. Now, I know you may be thinking, Christina, technology can also be a distraction, and yes, it can. But it can also be used for good and can help us increase and improve our productivity. So let's get started. Take the fuss out of what you're having for dinner using Rising to Be's Grocery Gladiator printable bundle. The customizable meal planner helps you to prep and plan your meals ahead of time. And you can even add links to your favorite Pinterest recipes to try out for later. Use the shopping list custom categories to never forget anything while shopping for your groceries. Keep track of your exercises, daily steps, water intake, body measurements, and other fitness goals you have throughout the week and month to track your fitness progress using the Grocery Gladiator bundle. 3 unique color options to choose from. Available now at risingtobe.com and on Etsy. Hello everyone, I'm Christina B. Rising and welcome to the Rising to Be Show, the only place on the internet where I help you rise to be who you want to be, helping you rise to be productive, organized, and inspired so that you can reach your goals. I upload new videos and podcasts every single week, so be sure to subscribe as a riser so that you won't miss anything. We are currently on the road to 1,500 YouTube subscribers, and I'd love for you to be a part of the journey. Shop for workbooks, printables, and stickers at risingtobe.com. And last but not least, this episode will not be possible without the support of our Rising to Be patrons and channel members. Thank you. Now let's get into our episode. Tip 1, nothing's better than free. I love a good deal, but the best deal is a free one, which is why I highly recommend trying out the free apps and programs before you open your actual wallet. It's a great way to test out certain layouts and types so that just in case the free app doesn't match your taste or style, you'll know exactly what to look for and of course what to pay for. It keeps you from wasting money on apps that you don't like and of course ones that are just plain terrible for you. After all, there is no perfect app out there. You just kind of have to find the one that matches you. So don't give up hope, you'll find it. And of course, if that app you like needs a few tweaks, just leave a review. And they might change what you don't like. You never know. But before we get into the next tip, I just want to remind you to like and subscribe. After all, this content is free to you. So the least you can do is press the button. Thanks again. Tip 2, set limits. Look, as amazing as technology is, it's easy to forget how much time we spend on our devices. So don't be afraid to set some boundaries in your life. Look, in order to actually get things done, we have to be willing to stay focused. And the easiest way to do so is by using the screen time feature on your iPhone. And yes, I have no idea what the app is called for Androids, but you get the point. For social media, I have given myself an allotment of an hour and a half. Now, it may not seem like a lot to you, but it just makes sense to me. And it makes me use the app faster because I know that the time is running in the background. It's kind of like I'm racing against the clock. I'm not saying you have to set yours to an hour and a half. It's your life. You get to choose. Just start somewhere. Tip 3, schedule your day. Calendar apps are perfect for keeping your schedule and to-dos in line. I strongly believe that calendars are the most underutilized productivity tools ever. Why? Because there are so many bad ones out there. Listen, I honestly used to hate planners. Yes, me, I know. I make planner videos every single week on my planner channel, Plan with me, Rising to Be. But I honestly hated them because I couldn't find one that matched my life and especially my personality. And most importantly, how I plan. The Happy Planner brand has been my favorite for several years. But throughout those years, I've noticed that they have focused more on accessories instead of the functionality of the planner. Which is why on my birthday in 2020, I opened up my very own stationery store filled with planners and printables to give you functionality and enhance your productivity. And the tools to help you rise to be who you want to be, of course. To celebrate Women's History Month, I'm offering you 30% off my hourly planner, my meal planner, my 5 and Thrive to-do list, my shopping list, brain dump printable, and so much more. Available in several different colors, of course, on risingtobe.com during Women's History Month. Ends very, very soon. Happy shopping. Tip 4, use it when you need it. Now, this may sound like I'm contradicting myself because of everything I've brought up in another tip, but relying on technology on a constant basis can also hinder us. Think about how many phone numbers you can name of people you actually know. Be honest, I can only name about 3. What about birthdays and anniversaries? Anything? I'll be honest, I can't. My phone tells me these things, and of course, their age. But I don't even think about remembering these on my own because I know that technology has my back, which of course makes me dependent. If one of my friends called me right now and asked what's so and so's number, I would have nothing to say. I would just say, hold on and let me find it in my phone. We live in a time where there is literally an app for everything, and I mean everything. And using all these apps on a constant basis can reduce our productivity. Think about how many calendar and notes apps you have on your phone right now. It's probably several because you wanted to test them out, but then you never go back to delete the ones that never served any purpose. Or using all of them at the same time, or even trying to use all of these apps at the same time. And this is counterproductive. It's important to find a single app for a single task and keep it simple. Having half your schedule on one app and the other half on another is just confusing. Plus, you may end up double booking yourself. I'm certainly guilty of this. So take a moment to delete what you don't need and keep what actually helps you. Tip 5, enhance what you own. I know that it's incredibly easy to get swept up in the culture of needing the next hot thing. But the thing is, these gadgets mean nothing unless you buy them for a purpose. Don't buy a new computer unless it literally crashes every time you cut it on, or if the screen or keyboard is broken. Instead, try buying a new laptop case, keyboard, and even a mouse to give that feeling of something new that won't break the bank. This is something I still do till this day because we use these things on a daily basis and we can start to get a bit tired of them at a faster rate. So definitely give this tip a try, or if you're not open to spending any money right now, then I strongly recommend changing your wallpapers on your computer. You can have a pretty picture, sure, or you can have something functional like a to-do list or even your vision board. And last but not least, deleting old files. You would be surprised how many unnecessary documents and photos that you have on your devices. Believe it or not, this actually slows down your computer and your phone. And by simply deleting these unnecessary things, you can speed up your computer and probably stop it from crashing. Plus, do you really need everything from last year? Probably not. Of course, filter through the important stuff, but what you don't need to get rid of. You'll thank me later. Oh, and also delete and unsubscribe to old emails too. Tip 6, set clear and simple goals. There is power in setting goals. There is power in setting intentions for the new year. But please know that all of those goals and intentions you've set mean nothing when you haven't taken the time to create a plan to accomplish them. How will you record your progress towards those goals and schedule your reminders to keep focused on the end goal? How will you stay focused? Will you use daily, weekly, monthly, or even quarterly reminders to align yourself with the vision you have for the year and, of course, your future life? One thing I do know, when you are constantly tracking your progress and constantly reviewing your vision, you start to develop determination and bulletproof motivation. It allows for you to stay on the right track to reach your success and, of course, real results, no matter how big or small. Be open to change. You're already halfway there by deciding to finally make a change in your life. So be open to doing the work of changing for the better. Take back your power today. And so if you see fit that today is your day to change your life and not just your year, then check out my goal setting workbook today. Available now on my Etsy shop, Risingtobe, and of course, risingtobe.com. Tip 7, extend your browser. Using Chrome extensions can not only help your productivity, but also your workflow, allowing you to complete tasks at a faster pace than before. Whether you use Grammarly for spell check or Honey and Rakuten to save money, it is highly likely that there's an extension out there to help you improve your life. Using keywords everywhere for tags and keywords for blogs, and using vidIQ and TubeBuddy for YouTube videos. A shop tagger for alerts on items you have your eye on. There are so many extensions out there waiting for you to download so that you can get more done in your day. Tip 8, protect your passwords. Hackers are all over the internet, which is why protecting your passwords is so important. Using this to not only log in, but payments and even managing our passwords. If you're like me, you also forget your extra strength passwords at times. So use tools like 1Password. It gives you peace of mind and, of course, security. Tip 9, automatically done. Let Siri do it. Let Alexa do it. And whoever else is inside of our technology that we use. Find and use tools that allow you to automate things in your life. Automations like bill pay or auto pay, using email responders, scheduling social media posts. Automations for lights and even your coffee machine. I even schedule a lot of my Risingtobe content like my YouTube videos and podcasts. I'm a strong advocate for using automations because automations give you peace of mind and allow you more time to focus on what you want. Automations can even help with your Amazon shopping and subscribing to certain products that need to be replaced every 2 to 3 months, and even creating your own schedule. Using ShopTagger for gift giving and using AnyList for list making, which typically includes things on our grocery list like foods and items that we typically forget to add. And of course, using Instacart for when we don't want to go to the store. Add some automations to your life and see how it changes for the better. YouTube commenter Kathy's Plan, brown waving hand emoji, currently doing 6 of the 10 tips, and just today learned a new skill. Thanks for the information. Thanks so much for your comment, Kathy's Plan. Tip 10, finding the right tech. There are so many products to choose from, and they all claim to make our lives better. And they may, but a lot of products are actually useless. As a consumer and buyer, it's important for us to understand that the technology we buy can be a blessing, but also a curse. The devices we have can do so much, which is why they play such a major part in our lives. It's all about how you utilize what you have. Do you really need the new iPhone? Probably not. Why? Because your phone in your pocket can still make a phone call. It is a phone after all. So with technology, that means you would only need a new phone until your phone is unable to make a phone call or when the screen stops working. This is something that took me forever to grasp, simply because I like to keep up with the latest and greatest. But through the years, I've realized that I can hardly remember why I bought a specific gadget. So now I no longer buy a new piece of technology until I can list 3 to 5 reasons for why I should make the purchase in the first place. I recently paid off my phone. Why? Because I realized that I was paying more for my phone and not getting nearly as much benefit as I thought I would. So I paid it off. Shout out to Dave Ramsey's Facebook group for helping me to find a low budget phone plan that works exactly the same as the one I was already using and paying way too much for. And it's called Visible Mobile. I don't do much on my phone. I answer calls, text messages, and of course scroll on Instagram throughout the day. And sometimes watch HBO and Netflix, but that's about it. I was paying nearly $200 for basically nothing. Since switching to Visible Mobile, I decided to apply this to all of the technology I'll be buying going further. I think of what I need to get done. Do I need a new keyboard? Do I need something with a great battery? Yes. And also the way that I use them. I'm no longer considering technology as accessories. It's important to see technology as a tool to utilize and increase your productivity. And of course, once the work is done, it can become a leisure device. And of course, doing extensive research on your possible next purchase to make sure it not only fits into your life from a productive standpoint, but also a functional one. So let's do a quick recap. Share this awesome episode with someone you know who needs it to help them rise to be who they want to be. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I hate for you to miss the next episode. Now let's get into our recap. So let's do a quick recap just in case you missed a tip. Tip 1, nothing's better than free. Tip 2, set limits. Tip 3, schedule your day. Tip 4, use it when you need it. Tip 5, enhance what you own. Tip 6, set clear and simple reminders. Tip 7, extend your browser. Tip 8, protect your passwords. Tip 9, automatically done. Tip 10, finding the right tech. Do you want even more Risingtobe in your life? Then join the Risingtobe Patreon. It helps you support the channel and other forms of content. There's 3 tiers to choose from, starting as low as $4. So here's a breakdown of Tier 1. You get access to the monthly wallpapers for your computer and phone to keep you motivated and inspired all month long. You get to choose 1 monthly video topic, and of course, you get a Patreon shout out in my next video. Tier 2 has access to monthly wallpapers. You get to choose 1 monthly video topic, early access to videos, and of course, a Patreon shout out in my next video. Tier 3 has access to the monthly wallpapers. They get to choose 2 monthly video topics and 1 podcast topic. Early access to videos and podcasts, a Patreon shout out in my next video, and of course exclusive access to my printable collection from my Etsy store, Risingtobe. And it's only available through Patreon and Etsy, so this is something you really want to jump on. There are 3 tiers to choose from. I plan on adding even more as we go along. So I hope you'll consider joining the Patreon Risers. Keep rising to be who you want to be. Thank you so much for stopping by and pressing play. I truly appreciate it. I hope this episode was helpful to you. Let me know down below in the comments or your podcast review which tip you'll be using. Watch next week's episode early by joining my Patreon for exclusive content. There's 3 tiers to choose from at patreon.com/risingtobe. And before I go, I just want to take a moment to thank Elise W. and Rose W., Tier 3 patrons. This episode would not be possible without the support of our Rising to Be patrons and channel members. Thank you. Keep rising to be who you want to be. Bye, Risers.